action. Ivisic and Crowell will jump it up at half court. It is Wisconsin basketball, and we're underway from Champaign. 6-2 Illinois, 8-2 Wisconsin. Klesmit circles around. It's Crowell on the three ball, too strong, and the rebound brought in by Trey White.
Stephen Crowell now 2 of 12 from 3 on the year. He's only scored 4 points the last 2 games. So clearly Wisconsin, that pick and pop, it's going to be there with the drop coverage. The Badgers trying to get the big fella going.
Hummerkaus just a little bit off on the three ball. He really struggled with his shot in their last game. The loss to Northwestern. All the way in, it's Blackwell for 2.
So just a tough physical drive. That wild miss starts the break for Wisconsin. Blackwell getting some physicality to the body and then going and finishing strong.
It'll be interesting to see how much Boswell's playing on the ball today. We've seen a lot more from Jakucionis.
But Ben Hummerkaus.
Hummerkaus struggled defensively against Northwestern, then 1 of 9 from three-point range. That's a tough 2. John Tonje.
That's what he does, Noah. He's looking to grind out tough physical drives. Has been so effective at drawing fouls, getting to the rim. Good start for Wisconsin, and another turnover here.
Jakucionis coughs it up. Blackwell, the trailer, Klesmit. Now they'll slow it down. No real numbers. And reload the offense with Winter.
They got the mismatch. Crowell's got Hummerkaus. We'll see if Wisconsin can take advantage.
They find Crowell on the outside, half the shot clock on. It's Blackwell, whose father played here for 4 years. Bounce it inside for Crowell. 6 on the shot clock. Backing down on Hummerkaus. Crowell goes right to work and can't float it in.
Got pretty good position there. That's a shot that Wisconsin wants. You're going against a smaller defender. Crowell's got to finish it.
Boswell drive and kick. It's White in the corner for 3.
And Trey White, a guy that's been pretty quiet. 2 games since he had 16 against Little Rock, just 4 points. Hasn't shot it great from 3, but get a dribble, drive, and kick, and he drills it in the corner.
Brad Underwood loves what he's done defensively. Also said he's one of the best rebounders on this team. Has called for a improvement on the offensive rebounding from his team, and another turnover this time on the Wisconsin side from Blackwell. His normal efficient type game offensively, although he did play some stellar defense against Northwestern. Now he'll fire and hit the 3.
That's got to feel good for Kylan Boswell. Just 3 of his last 17 from 3 coming in. In Illinois right now, they're finding that painted area. They're spraying it out.
Boswell just 21% from 3 on the season, but Illinois as a team makes and takes more 3s than anybody in the Big Ten. Klesmit in the paint, try to get it in for Winter, knocked away. Jakucionis now running the break. Jakucionis, stop, pop. Not there. And the rebound poked around to Klesmit. That's some modern basketball.
No question. go get a layup, but that's not the mindset anymore.
Blackwell outside, Winter will try.
Both these teams, Noah, are going to get them up from 3.
Right on cue. Hummerkaus comes up short. Ivisic taps the rebound to himself. Second chance, Ivisic. Got caught up. Nice shot by Crowell. Boswell off the screen. Boswell on the attack, using that strength. Great feed inside for White, and he squeezed it in, plus the foul.
Well, what a start for Trey White.
White, you see just 15 minutes of action. Brad Underwood felt like he deserved to play more in the game against Northwestern, the overtime loss. But White now with 2 buckets, 6 points, a 9-0 Illinois run. Carter Gilmore in the game, replacing Crowell. Klesmit drives, feeds Gilmore. Swing it now for Tonje. Still leading this team at nearly 22 a night. Bounce it inside. Gilmore. Oh, he goes underneath of Boswell and he banks it home.
The athleticism by Boswell there on display. I like the way Carter Gilmore played against Marquette. 5.6 rebounds and a career-high 5 assists. Was just active. And there you see him playing some pick and roll, and as the big finishing the deal.
Boswell tries again. And hit that time. White there for the offensive board. Exactly what Brad Underwood's looking to see out of him.
We're 4 minutes into the game, and Trey White has done a number of things that help you win games early.
Ivisic back down. Ivisic too strong. Ivisic has come into his own through the season. 16 points, 9.3 rebounds. Now where will this Wisconsin offense come from? Klesmit had the big game last time out. Gilmore's 2 for 2.
But I thought in the Marquette game, Noah, he stepped into the 1-3 he made and shot it with a bunch of confidence. And that's the feeling I got from that one there as well. Gilmore, not a great 3-point shooter, just 2 of 9 on the season, but he made one in the Marquette game and he drills it there.
Ivisic pick and pop. Hits it, a 3-ball.
That's going to be a play where the Wisconsin bigs have really got to talk that out. Middle pick and pop. That big has got to see that it's a little bit spread out, and they're going to have to call that guard back to take that switch on. Blackwell just a little bit tardy, and Ivisic got it off.
Tonje with half the shot clock gone, looking to drive. Boswell stays with him. Lob it inside. Winter guides it home.
There's good patience there. John Tonje, you're so worried about him as a scorer. He keeps that defender on his back, and Nolan Winter right there for the delivery at the rim.
These are two offenses that average more than 80 points per game on the season, and they've come out swinging early. Both coaches have been honest about the necessity to score in the modern game, and the analytics playing a large part for both of these offenses through the season. Jakucionis thought about it and gave it away. Klesmit steps in. Klesmit coast to coast. Knocked away by Boswell.
Boswell is so tough on the basketball.
Leave it. Jakucionis, the attack. Jakucionis, the finish.
Those straight line drives are what Greg Gard has talked about. That they've got to get these going more east and west. It's just so hard to help off that. Jakucionis living in the paint.
Tonje, the fend off. The step back. Comes up short, and Boswell clears the board. Illinois has started 5 for 10 from the floor, 3 for 7 from downtown. Humrickhouse is going to keep shooting.
He's searching for that jumper. Man, he's now 7 of his last 27 from the three-point line.
Blackwell spins away, knocked away, out of bounds. It'll stay with Wisconsin when we come back.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Then we've got Illinois. Now we got to play Butler. It's just there's going to be stretches throughout this year for every team in the Big Ten where you're thinking, man, we've just got to find a way to play this one game at a time and find wins.
Ivisic short on the 3. Rebound back tap by Boswell.
Boswell just refused to be blocked out.
Spin
and the rules have just become so friendly to the offense.
The perspective has to be, and we've seen it with a guy like John Tonje. Put your head down.
No
good
question.
things are going to happen.
And Illinois saw it last year with Terrence Shannon, and Wisconsin has been the beneficiary this year with John Blackwell and Tonje looking to get to that foul line.
On the flip side, Ryan Underwood wants to see more calls go the way of Jakucionis, who didn't get to the free throw line. This time it goes against Tonje as he's called for the walk. Modern basketball to the fullest. Boswell lost it. Boswell gets back on top of it. Humrickhouse, Jakucionis drives on McGee. Ivisic puts it on the deck. 10 to shoot. Humrickhouse can just find no breathing room. Boswell lob it. Jakucionis, shake and bake. Double comes, knocked away. Janicki out of bounds. It'll stay here. Illinois averaging 11 per game. Wisconsin at 10 even per night. Bounce it inside McGee, back outside Gilmore. 20 on the clock. McGee fends off on Jakucionis. Swing it, Winter. Krause stays on the bench for the time being. Drive, knocked away. Ivisic tracked it on Tonje. 6 to shoot. Gilmore, pump, dribble. Gilmore, well short.
Good effort there by Jakucionis. Getting the first contest, went by a little bit, but got back into play and contested the second shot as well.
White on Janicki. Knocked away, another turnover.
McGee is just so solid for Wisconsin on both ends. Understands what's going on.
Jakucionis, Humrickhouse, Ivisic, White, and Gibbs Lawhorn against McGee, Amos, Crowell, Tonje, and Janicki. Approaching 6 minutes to play in this first half. Both teams looking for their first Big Ten win of the season. Tonje fend off. Crowell's 3-ball. Can't hit, and the rebound yanked down by Jakucionis.
Crowell has been short in a ton of his threes this year. He's just not getting them to the rim.
White surveys, leaves it. Jakucionis, step back, 3-ball. He connects over Crowell.
Another tough one. He made so many of them at Northwestern the other night. It really can't be much better defended by Stephen Crowell.
Now Crowell going to work and a whistle.
But he is so comfortable at creating space, getting his weight back going towards the basket, and drilling those things from 3.
First Illini freshman with 3 straight games of 20+. Crowell, dream shake, nightmare finish.
And that's been one of his moves. From that right block, he loves that shake and get to the left hand.
Nearly 4 minutes scoreless for Wisconsin. Ivisic can't hit the three. Long rebound, White saves it. Riley inside for the deuce.
Well, the offensive glass is really starting to pile up. That's now 8 offensive rebounds for the Illini. You know, this is something that he's challenged his team. Offensive rebounding has become a part of the fabric of this Illinois program, and it's been on display here tonight. They've also done a good job on Tanjay. John Tanjay, just 3 shot attempts.
13 to shoot now for Tanjay. Shimmy shake, step into the three. Off the heel, rebound uncontested to Ivisic.
Nothing has been easy for Tanjay. Nothing at the rim. They've defended him without fouling, and even that three right there, you got a hand right there in your face.
Jakucionis, pick and pop. Ivisic, in and out.
Good rotation. It's Janicki again with a positive defensive play, and that time John Tanjay went upstairs and made sure that Wisconsin got that defensive rebound.
So nothing Illini run. Nearly 5 minutes scoreless for the Badgers. Amos sets the screen for McGee. Hand it, Crowell right back to his point guard. Baseline drive, 7 to shoot. Tanjay, pump, fire, short. Under 4 to play in this first half. Riley off the screen, snakes his way through. Ivisic, tough catch. Right back to the star freshman. Drive, lob, Ivisic.
Amos was right there where he needed to be. He was the help defender and came over and got a contest on that shot.
He's too effective.
Crowell's wide open. He's not even looking at the rim.
It's 2 offenses that have put up some big numbers this year, struggling here in the first half. Crowell finally pure on a deep ball.
Well, it had to be a matter of time. We've seen over the course of his career, he's made shots from the perimeter. He's been a good offensive player. There he had all day to shoot that, and finally one goes down for Steven Crowell.
Jakucionis, shake and bake for 3. Splashes home another.
That's the second shot he's made from that left wing that's been heavily contested, and it has not mattered. Xavier Amos wants this one. You can see he wanted to get Trey Gibbs-Lawhorn down there in the torture chamber.
And now he gets it back. Swinging around for McGee with 14. Amos looking to post up on Jakucionis. Janicki on the drive. Bounce it. Crowell banks it home.
But that's Janicki playing under control. You get to that jump stop, and now you've got options to spray it, shoot it, look into the post. Steven Crowell, fresh off making that 3. Good duck in, got great position.
Wisconsin shooting 52% from the floor. Illinois just 37. But they've gotten up far more opportunities like that one. Trey White on a dime from Jakucionis with a chance for 3. I'll tell you this, though. For Wisconsin, this final 2 minutes and 22 seconds of this first half feels massive, with White converting on the 3-point play. It's now a 4-point Illinois advantage. Wisconsin shooting the ball 52% from the floor, but only 12 3-point attempts compared to the 19 for the Illini.
When Wisconsin, Noah, dealing with some serious foul trouble. 2 on Klesmit, Crowell, and Blackwell. So to keep this game close with those 3 guys on the bench, there you see Tanjay operating out of that low post and using his physicality to get it done.
They could really use him turning back to one of the early season performances he's put together. Oh, that is sweet from Jakucionis.
He's shooting these like there's no one around him, yet that's the 3rd shot tonight that he's made with a hand right there in his face.
McGee, leave it for Janicki. Back to McGee in the corner. And they find Tanjay for another look at the basket. Off the screen, Tanjay puts White in jail, goes right at Johnson. He got the nice defensive play inside. Real numbers for Boswell off the screen. Cross, kick, White, 3, cash!
Look, Xavier Amos just gets a little bit lost in that shuffle. He is in the painted area, and you've got Trey White relocating to that wing. White shooting it with a lot of confidence here tonight.
Winter can't hit, goes down awkwardly, looking to run Riley. Lob it, Jakucionis, oh, rejected! Amos just erased it at the rim. Under a minute to play in the first half. Tanjay out of control, guides it over to Winter. 20 to shoot, 2 for 1 opportunity. Janicki will take and make the three.
Well, Jack Janicki has had himself a first half here. Just 3 points the last 4 games. 1 of his last 7 from 3. He's made plays on the defensive end of the floor, and right there, a big shot for Wisconsin.
8 o'clock Eastern time.
The Beacons. I just, as a native of that place, it's hard to see it not be the Crusaders.
8 to shoot for Jakucionis. Drive. Tough finish. Doesn't go. Rebound White. Shot clock off, and he traveled.
Trey White was kind of on the baseline doing the 2-step there.
And ended up doing the 3-step.
Or the 6 or 7 or whatever it was.
However many steps it ended up being. 6 seconds left. McGee drive, bounce. Gilmore hesitated. Couldn't spin it in. Rebound tipped around, and White claims it to end the first half. Season high 16 turnovers in that game, and it was a run by Marquette after Wisconsin led by 1 into the second half that put Marquette up by 6, and they really never looked back from there. Start with the basketball here with Blackwell. Pick and pop with Crowell. Leave it for Klesmit. He's been relatively quiet after his 22-point outburst this weekend. 12 to shoot. Blackwell wants the screen. Winter goes to set it. 7 on the clock. Blackwell, drive, caught up, 3 to shoot. Crowell's gonna have to make it happen on the back down, and Crowell doesn't get the roll.
A good defensive possession there by Illinois. Really nothing there, and then you get a great contest by Ivisic on the Crowell hook.
Boswell, things started pretty well, facilitating, and finally it's Humrickhouse for 3.
Well, he struggled so mightily with that jumper. Wisconsin bringing the hard hedge. It was a really good job of finding Humrickhouse, getting away all the way to the corner.
We thought about the response. Crowell, ball reversal. Klesmit back to Winter, and he does respond. Nails the triple.
It's an area where Winter has struggled. Just 2 of his last 8 from 3. That ball moving from side to side. Illinois content to let him shoot it. Nolan Winter makes him pay.
Winter put on the 15 pounds this offseason. Right guard has seen a real increase in his maturity this year. And there's a turnover for Illinois.
That's Winter containing the bounce of Trey White. Much smaller player, but Winter moving his feet. That ball is coming to the left side of the floor. You see Humrickhouse is trying to be to the nail, and that's going to give up that 3 if the ball swings quickly.
Winter, pump, flyby. Winter!
Whoa.
Oh, that was impressive.
And hey, you make a 3. Now all of a sudden defenses start closing out differently to you, but I love the confident take there by Nolan Winter.
Jakucionis inside of Vicic.
We talked about how many pick and rolls you're going to see in this game. If you're not the weak side help defender and you're not in, you are going to give up layups, and they're just not good enough by Wisconsin there on the ball screen D.
Crowell, both these offenses started strong in the first half, but they fluttered down the stretch. Another strong start to begin the second half. Can they keep it rolling with Blackwell? The fend off. 6 to shoot. Blackwell sneaks in.
Well, that hesitation kind of froze the defense. Vicic a little bit worried about that pick and pop because Winter and Crowell have made them, but he's got to stop the basketball.
Boswell pulls. Short. Rebound is going the other way.
Yes, the pick and pop is a threat, but you have got to do priority number 1, and that's stop the ball.
I've seen Blackwell really grown more comfortable as a ball handler through the season. Tanjay can't get the roll. And another foul on the loose ball.
Every time down there on rebounds.
Nice pass. Klesmit inside for the deuce.
Klesmit just making that cut, making himself available. This has been quite the start to the second half by the Badgers. They've come out here and they've executed at a high level on offense.
9-2 in favor of Wisconsin since the break. Jakucionis back to Boswell. Cross, drive, shovel, inside Vicic.
But Blackwell's got to make Kylan Boswell use that ball screen. When you get turned down, bad things are going to happen to your defense. And they get smoked off the drive, and it's a nice little drive and dish.
Klesmit fouled on the attack and be on the floor.
But you get beat like that, you are really stressing your defense.
Winter can't hit that time, follows his own miss, puts it in, and the foul. More importantly, Trey White picks up his 3rd personal foul. Winter with 7 points already in this second half and make it 8. First lead for Wisconsin since it was 25-23. Around to Boswell. Bullseye in the corner.
That roll and replace action is so hard to guard because you've got so many things you've got to pick up. Whether it's a V-Sitch, he can pop, he can roll. You've got shooters everywhere. Good offense by the Illini.
And now travel.
You have to think a guy that shot 39% from three over the course of his Arizona career is going to find that jumper eventually.
Jonas working against McGee back on the floor. Now it's Boswell. Cross. Sauce. Bucket!
We've started to see him snake that pick and roll. He's done that a good amount here this season, just under control.
Not only a combined 8 free throw attempts between the teams.
For two
made
teams
all
that
8.
get to a bunch at the line.
Tonje fending off on Boswell. Stripped by Boswell.
That's two really physical players right there.
Jakucionis, feed it. Boswell. And a reload. Lithuanian star freshman. Step back, 3 ball short. And a foul again on the floor. This time Tonje clearing the space. All 5 guys on the floor for the Illini are physical players. Jakucionis shielding the basketball. Spins. Lost it. Battle for it. On the deck. Out of bounds with Illinois. He's more than just high knees.
Some upper body there too.
Riley draws the contact on Blackwell. He's shooting it just 67% on the season. Winter leads the way with 10, 8 of them coming in the first couple minutes of the second half.
Outside of Tonje's now taken 8 shots, but Blackwell's only taken 2. You mentioned Klesmit has taken 3. It's been a real team effort by Wisconsin to keep them in this game.
Still within 5. Winter inside against Johnson. Back out McGee. Gilmore is knocking on the door of a career high in points. What about it? Janicki has been impactful. 10 to work with for McGee. Drive and kick. Winter, no hesitation. Short on the 3. And the rebound staying here as Gilmore got knocked out by Hummerkaus.
Those are the plays that Carter Gilmore makes. And he has certainly played some good minutes for Greg Gard here these last couple. Career high in assists against Marquette. You mentioned he's knocking on the door of a career high in points, and there, just by going to the offensive glass, being a physical player, steals a possession.
Already the 6th team foul, now the 7th team foul against the Illini. So free throws the rest of the way with 14:42 on the clock for the Badgers. .3%. There you go.
Oh, got to block out if you're Illinois. They're fortunate. Yeah, another foul.
So now 1-1 for Winter. This is a team that shoots 85.5% from the free throw line. They have been ridiculously effective and efficient at the charity stripe.
Well,
here's that last one.
Watch Hummerkaus here. It's kind of a step in there, and well, we lost it. Maybe next time.
That was the Ole boxing.
Yeah, it was.
Boswell on the other end, back to a 1-possession game. Oh, he's a bully inside. He follows it up.
Well, that's the weight room right there by Kylan Boswell, just knocking his defender back and staying with the play.
Still so young, despite being a junior, 19 years old. McGee, stop, leave it. Klesmit rips through, just delivered a fastball that was a little too fast.
The right idea, but the execution on that pass.
And then Boswell just stepped out of bounds.
And Boswell, as he kind of makes his way, we'll see. I guess they got him for a travel for kind of shuffling the feet, now out of bounds.
Klesmit hesitates, too strong. This crowd is ready to find something positive for Illinois. Under 14 to play. Boswell, 2-man game with Jakucionis. Back down, kick out. Screen from Davis, now from Boswell. Small pick and roll. It's Boswell, shoveling. Riley, in and out. Rebound, Jakucionis.
You said it, Noah. It's not just the bigs. The guards certainly with size as well. Jakucionis flying in there and making a play on the basketball.
McGee. No. McGee is fouled. from the 13-13 mark on. Biggest moment of the game for McGee. Nobody's leaving hungry tonight. Three big misses at the charity stripe over the last couple possessions for Wisconsin. A rarity for this team that's been ridiculously efficient in that spot. Davis drives, leaves it. Jakucionis, big name, bigger game. 7-0, Illinois run, timeout Wisconsin.
Jakucionis, his usage is so high, but at the same time, the shot making has been just insane here. Oh wow, I didn't think that was tipped, but Ferguson thought otherwise.
Blackwell's back on the floor. Klesmit, no hesitation, can't hit the three. Rebound tapped, going the other way. Illinois looking to step on the throat here, out of the timeout. Riley. And a travel. 15 points per game on the season. Mentioned the big first half against Northwestern, but quiet down the stretch. He's been quiet through the night. And there's a foul that'll lead to 2 free throws. McGee missed 2. He was 8 for 8 on the season.
If they're going to come back and make this a game where they can win, it's going to have to be the guys like Klesmit, Blackwell, and Tanji. They're going to need more from their best players.
It feels like especially Tanji.
Yes.
3 ball. Gibbs, Lawhorn too strong. Davis with the offensive rebound, a second chance for Jakucionis. Hook it to him. Davis open. Out there on the 3. Tip in, short. Johnson had a great look at it, and aim is clear.
3 opportunities for Illinois. All good looks, and none of them go.
Amos swinging. Klesmit off the screen. Outside crowd. His 3. Well short. Tanji has scored in double figures in all 10 games this season for Wisconsin, but he's currently sitting at 4 points on 2 of 8 shooting, 0 for 3 from downtown. As a team, Wisconsin 6 of 19 from three-point territory. Jakucionis, bodies hitting the floor, Ivisic included. Jakucionis doesn't care, he'll score.
He has been so good in the middle pick and roll, whether it's hitting his pick and pop guy, hitting the weak side guy that's raising behind, or that time just realizing it's one-on-one here with the big, and I'm going to get my game on.
Tanji, attack mode.
Finally an easy basket at the rim for John Tanji. It's been one of those nights where there's been nothing easy. That Euro step, able to free himself and find an easy bucket.
It's a long field goal drought for the Badgers. Jakucionis hangs, fees, Gibbs Lawhorn with a tough catch. And he'll drive. Bodies up for the bucket.
Man, Max Klesmit just knocked right back.
Keeps this at a 10-point game. Now Klesmit's turn. Probes through. Tanji in the corner. In and out for 3. Gibbs Lawhorn, driving kick. Humrickhouse can't hit the 3.
That's the pace that Brad Underwood wants to see. He wants to see things in transition. And push by Gibbs Lawhorn was really well done.
Blackwell bounce it, Gilmore. It's Winter. Short rebound, Blackwell inside to clean it up.
It's John Blackwell stealing points down there. Big physical guard. Ivisic got lost. That freed Nolan Winter for the 3, but John Blackwell doing the work early, finding that offensive rebound.
Seeing his dad Glenn in the building halfway through this second half in an 8-point game. Bounce it inside. Ivisic can't finish. Now Blackwell will run the show. Coming off 17 points, but a lot of that damage against Marquette was done late in the second half. Klesmit really lost it. Gilmore swing it. Winter looking for Tanji. Calling for the basketball against the freshman. Set on the other side, Blackwell with 10 to shoot. Just bodying his way in for another bucket.
John Blackwell showing off how physical he can be on that dribble drive. Dre Gibbs Lawhorn trying to get into him, and Blackwell to that strong right hand, strong dribble drive.
Boswell out there for 3. Blackwell looking to run the show and run the floor. Now Now they'll slow it down. Winter trying to post up on Ivisic.
Man,
Tanjay, and it's going the other way. And it is Tanjay. Just pinballed through on Boswell. Tanjay turns it over, but more importantly, picks up his second foul. Jakucionis a little out of control and turns it over. So Boswell, Jakucionis, White, Hummerkaus, and Ivisic, the starting five on the floor for Illinois. It's Gilmore out there with the rest of the starting five for Wisconsin. Oh, Tanjay went to climb the ladder, and he'll head to the free throw line. Getting to the line with regularity.
Well, leads the country in free throws made and his second free throws attempted.
Now up to 7 points, 3 of 10 shooting. Perez Johnson's going to check in for Ivisic.
Ivisic has been quiet. He's been in double figures every game for Illinois, all 8.
7 points and 9 rebounds here tonight. Sophomore from Croatia. Tanjay, 93.1% the line. 6 straight points for Wisconsin to bring this back to a 4-point lead. Boswell bouncing, Hummerkaus in the corner. Right back to his point guard. Boswell drives, feeds. Johnson couldn't handle it. Up for grabs. Winter's the one who rips it away. Klesmit, no real numbers. Gilmore cuts through. Klesmit, shimmy shake. Around it goes Blackwell. It's right to the rim. Outside Klesmit. 3 ball. Way too strong. Rebound saved. No, Winter couldn't get to it.
But that was a wide open shot. And Illinois had totally lost track of Max Klesmit. Just something to think about. The Illini were in pretty much control at Northwestern. Had a 10-point lead in that second half. Let it slip away. And this just kind of looked like a little bit of the same thing. Just a little sloppy by Illinois.
Jakucionis at the controls. Hooks it for Johnson. Right back to Jakucionis. Swing it. Boswell. 3 ball. And it ricochets right to Blackwell.
It's an open shot. Man, if you're the Rays guy and the roll and replace, Jakucionis is going to find you.
Get into the set with Winter. Gilmore's got an extended run here tonight. Really the last 2 games. Blackwell. Johnson swiping at it. Gilmore thought about it. Now it's Klesmit with 10 to shoot. On the drive. And can't finish. Hits the stanchion. Numbers if Illinois hurries. White in transition. Crossover. And a foul.
Losses are going to happen, but you hope you take something from it.
But his whole mentality is to schedule a tough non-conference.
I'm totally with him. I think when you challenge yourself, you're rewarded for playing good people. And I say that, you know, you have to have a team that can handle that too. And Illinois certainly has had that these last couple years.
Blackwell on the attack. Cut off by White. Back down. Blackwell fades. Comes up short. Rebound. Fought for. And a jump ball call. And then going to Oregon to start out the full joke. Jakucionis back outside. White looking to back down on Blackwell. Force his way in, and he's fouled again. Yes, that's a good one. I was going to say Brooke Lopez.
A really intelligent play there by Trey White.
White's been one of the stars of the night. Now up to 17 points to tie the team high with Jakucionis. Gilmore nearly shuffled the feet. Crowd back down on Johnson. Can't move him. Gilmore, pump, couldn't drive. 10 to shoot. Klesmit attacks and can't finish, but a foul. Klesmit's just his second and third attempts of the night. Not this time.
I think it was a double order if that missed.
I think it was. They put the Nuggets up on the screen, which led me to believe that there were more available. Also, the curtain, crazy curtain as they call it, is doing its job as well with another miss. Jakucionis, too much space. He's got a chance for 4.
Last week about his turnovers was very telling. You know, I roomed with Evan Turner in USA Basketball when we were in college and asked him, what does Thad Matta tell you about the turnover? He goes, he doesn't care at all. And that's where Brad Underwood is too. He wants him to just make plays.
Klesmit's going to get 2 more.
The officials kind of gave him the zip it sign.
Oh. Meanwhile, Wisconsin 11 of 15 at the free throw line, make them 12 of 16. So they've missed 4 in a game they trailed by 8. We saw that last week against Michigan, a game they lost by just 3 points, and they left some points very much at the line. Under 6 to play.
This is going to be all middle pick and roll for Jakucionis, and just let him make plays and take Illinois home.
Ivisic has the mismatch on McGee, but he couldn't get position. So it's White dancing with the basketball on Gilmore. White to the rim, short.
Defense. Gilmore just staying strong, making him score over the top and not giving up an angle.
Klesmit, hesitation, drive, stop, float, doesn't get the roll. No real rush for Illinois here. Coming off the loss at Northwestern, Wisconsin looking to avoid 3 straight losses and trying to put an end to 8 straight Illinois wins in this series. Half the shot clock on here. Jakucionis got the mismatch he wants with Winter. Step back 3, too strong. Tanjay secures the board. Just feels like it's going in every time at this rate.
You're so surprised when it doesn't. Good defense there.
Out of the timeout, lob it in for Tanjay, working on White. Back down, spin.
Look at where White pushed him out to, though. Tanjay's so physical. That was really good defense.
Tough catch by Gilmore. 10 to shoot now for McGee. Snakes off the screen, drives inside, and a tough bucket inside for 2.
Those count because Hummerkaus is right there contesting, going vertical. And the smallest guy on the floor, Kamari McGee, finishing it off at the rim.
Jakucionis on the other side. Leave it for Boswell. Swing, White, drive, White. We'll get 2 free throws. 4-star guy, versatile defender, size and athleticism. He started all but 7 games in his career.
And there's no question that Louisville was. It's going to take some time for him to kind of adjust to what Illinois is doing.
Tanjay!
Wisconsin had to have it.
So Tanjay in double figures for the 11th time this season. Ivisic can't hit the 3 on response.
Wisconsin fortunate. Kamari McGee, he was there for the switch and then just ran away from him.
Janicki, leave it. Gilmore trying to find Tanjay. Couldn't do so initially. Now Winter, and look at this off-ball defense by Boswell. Finally, Tanjay has it. Off the screen, trying to fight against Boswell.
He just blew it up.
Winter with 6. Winter will fire. Winter comes up short. Rebound poked around Gilmore. Another chance with 3.5 to play. 5-point ball game. Winter to Janicki. 10 to shoot. Boswell steps up. They cannot shake him. McGee with 6. McGee drives. McGee with 3. Inside Tanjay. Forces it up. Knocked away. And a shot clock violation will end the fast break.
I think that Wisconsin hasn't gotten enough from their stars. It's been Tanjay and Blackwell and Klesmit. Those 3 guys, the bench has done their job. It's been their best players that just haven't scored enough.
Jakucionis on the wraparound. Ivisic rips down the rim. He's a wizard with the basketball. Klesmit off the screen. Pick and pop. It's Winter. Pure on the 3.
And that's what you're going to give up, Noah. If you're in that drop coverage, that pick and pop's going to be a tough guard.
Back to 4. 2.5 to play. Jakucionis. Patient. Fades. No. Rebound. Ivisic. Can't clean it. Oh! Trey White caught a body on the follow. Illinois trying to finish this off to improve to 7-2 and win their 9th straight against the Badgers. Blackwell back on the floor with 4 personal fouls. Off the screen. Blackwell looking to turn the corner. Knocked away initially. Blackwell lost it, and it stays here.
Illinois taking away that pick and pop by just switching that ball screen. They were looking for Winter again popping.
.206 to play, 15 to shoot. Blackwell takes a peek, makes his move. Blackwell with 8. Probes through, hands off, Klesmit's 3. Too strong, rebound, weak side of Winter. Shot clock didn't reset. It's Blackwell for 3. And the rebound of Jakucionis, bear hugs it.
Got 2 pretty good looks. Klesmit in the corner and Blackwell top of the key.
Oh, Boswell just peeked back in time. Now he'll go to work. A real rush here for Illinois. Get it back to Jakucionis, who's had his fingerprints all over this game once again. 10 to shoot. Hook it. Boswell. Drive it. Kick it. Jakucionis is fouled. You have two potential lottery picks on this team, and Jakucionis and the freshman Will Riley, both of them freshmen, and both of them have been excellent through the season. But Jakucionis in particular has shown again tonight with another 20-plus point performance, and again with the facilitating ability, with the rebounding and everything else. His all-around game is already seemingly ready for the next level.
That makes it 4 straight games of 20 or more. But his usage, I mean, Illinois just puts the ball in his hands, and Brad Underwood has said, go make every play possible out of pick and roll.
And he's done exactly that. 3 for 3 at the line. Jakucionis makes it 79-70. A new career high, 24 points to go with 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Blackwell inside is fouled. 15 from Boswell. Meanwhile, Blackwell rattles in that first free throw to give him 9 points. But 11 from Tanji on 4 of 13 shooting. 10 from Klesmit on 3 of 9. Winter has 15 to lead the way for Wisconsin as he'll take a seat. Stephen Crowell, just 9 shot attempts, 9 points. Half and half at the line for Blackwell. Approaching a minute to play. Fans here can feel the victory in sight. Boswell calms it down. Now he'll drive on Klesmit. Lost the ball. Got it back off the backboard. Nearly ripped away, but a foul is called on Blackwell, and that's going to be his 5th.
They had to change that. He's not even in the play.
And they did. Nope. One more from Boswell. Efficient day for him. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 of 11 shooting from the floor, and a perfect 5 for 5 from the line. McGee outside Klesmit. He'll fire. He's fouled and he hits. Has done everything he can to keep his team in it. It's just not been his effective self. He missed the free throw. Offensive rebound, and 2 more coming with the clock stopped at 45.6. It's going to be Blackwell, who probably should have been fouled out of the game. Instead is going to shoot 2, and it could bring this to within 5. This is far from over.
Wisconsin's just hung in there all night long. Every time it looks like Illinois is putting them away, they've found a way back. This is the second kind of long rebound that Humrickhouse, he's blocking out, and it's just found its way to Wisconsin.
And another miss at the free throw line.
68% on the night.
Blackwell, 1 for 2. So a 6-point game with 45.6. 2-possession game. They'll press up here. Jakucionis is trapped. Nearly threw it away, but White's there. Across it goes to Boswell. Up ahead for Humrickhouse. And Ivisic was alone. Now Blackwell's gonna foul, and this will be his 5th. A lack of offense from what we saw for the first 8 games in the last 3 now. Humrickhouse continues to struggle.
He's not the guy you want at the line, by percentage at least. I mean, 62%. I have to think he's just pressing with that jumper.
1 for 5 here tonight from 3, 1 for 9 the other night. And he goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line here. Light encouragement, let's call it, from his head coach as he heads to the sideline. Dre gives Lawhorn checks in. 37.3 seconds remaining here in Champaign. 7-point ball game. McGee, attack mode. Tanji sets the feet. His 3 ball is true. 28.6 on the clock. Timeout call. It's still football season somewhere. Boswell.
The go routes were locked up.
And a timeout called. That's good coverage. Finding a way here. Again with the formation. In the baseline, Boswell. Bounce it in for White. Trapped immediately. And they do call the foul. Gilmore was there. He's got 4. And let's see if they call it on him.
Wisconsin's bench wants that to be reviewed. This is pretty close to that coffin corner. Now, Trey White is in a tough spot. If I'm Jack Janicki, I'm asking, well, what did I do?
Well, they called it on Gilmore, and that's going to be his 5th foul. So let's see, right? Gilmore comes in on the help.
Wow. Now, with trapping, technically by the cylinder rule, but the cylinder rule kind of goes out the window in situations like this. Illinois is very fortunate where they threw that ball in to get these 2 foul shots.
And you've got a guy who has been excellent through the night. 7 of 8 at the free throw line and route to 21 points. Gibbs Lawhorn in, Humrick House out. So a little offense, defense for Brad Underwood. It's going to be McGee, Klesmit, Janicki, Tanjay, and Winter, the 5 for Wisconsin. Gibbs Lawhorn, Boswell, White. There's 2 for 2. Ivisic and Jakucionis, the 5 for Illinois. 25 seconds remaining here. 6-point ball game. McGee drives. McGee finishes inside hand. Pretty.
Got that switch and just burned Ivisic to the rim.
Quick bucket. 19.2 seconds remaining.
That could have been
Boswell.
Man, Boswell was really active with that off arm.
17 points tonight, well above his season average of 9. It is dead silent. The great crowd at State Farm Center. They have come out consistently through Brad Underwood's tenure here. A tenure that has seen 6 straight seasons ranked in the top 25. The Elite 8 appearance last year. Best result since the runner-up in 2005. And Boswell stays perfect.
This place is going to be on fire on Saturday.
No doubt. Number 1 team in the country coming to town. McGee to the rim again. This time he can't finish. Rebound poked around. McGee has it on the outside. 8 seconds left. Tanjay's going to have to force it up with 5 seconds left. Can't hit. Rebound Gibbs Lawhorn, and that's going to do it here from State Farm Center. Illinois makes it 9 straight wins against Wisconsin and gets their first Big Ten victory of the season, 86-80.
Well, I didn't do a very good job against Northwestern in our game there, and we got 17% of our misses back in that game, and that's been one of our staples throughout my career. It was a 4-year low, I think, and that kind of effort is not going to win on the road, and we challenged them in a lot of fronts. They responded. I was really proud to see Trey White. Trey's a really, really good player, and he showed that tonight. And then I thought we got just an incredible first half from Kasparas and Kylan. So, a nice night and a good win against a really, really good basketball team. I've got so much respect for Greg and the job he does.